Indonesia protests 2025. Beyond the $3,000 shock, Indonesia's political crisis has not ended simply because parliament scrapped lawmakers' housing allowances. What began as outrage over a $3,000 monthly perk, nearly 10 times the average income of just $300 to $350, has now spiraled into a much larger crisis over inequality and political trust. Under heavy pressure, Parliament was forced to reverse course. The allowance was abolished, salary hikes were delayed, foreign trips were restricted, and promises of greater transparency were made. The government also launched a new economic stimulus package, including wage support, tax breaks for over 1.7 million workers, investments in public works, and housing repair programs to calm public anger. Yet the fury in the streets made one thing clear. This was never just about money. It was about dignity, fairness, and the widening divide between elites and ordinary citizens. The human toll underscores the severity. At least 11 people killed, more than 469 injured, and over 1,200 arrested. There are reports of at least 20 missing during the clashes. Several government buildings, including a regional parliament office, were set ablaze. The material damage is estimated at more than $3.3 million. The economic fallout came fast. The Jakarta Stock Exchange plunged more than 3% in a single session, and the Rupiah faced heavy selling. While the markets later showed signs of stabilization thanks to government intervention, investor confidence has been shaken. The truth is now obvious. Indonesia's stability is far from guaranteed. What makes this crisis dangerous is its depth. Citizens feel that post-pandemic growth has enriched politicians and business elites while leaving millions behind. Inequality is no longer an abstract concept. It is lived reality, visible in the stark contrast between lawmakers pocketing $3,000 allowances and ordinary people struggling with rising food prices. In this context, the death of a food delivery driver crushed under an armored police vehicle became more than a personal tragedy. It became the symbol of a state indifferent to its people. Analysts warn this is not a one-off eruption, but a symptom of systemic weakness, a democracy that has the forms of representation but lacks the substance of fairness. Without genuine reforms, creating jobs, reducing inequality, and holding security forces accountable, unrest will resurface. The protests may fade, but the underlying grievances remain. The protest movement has also expanded its demands. Demonstrators issued a list known as the 17 plus 8 demands, 17 short-term priorities, and 8 long-term reforms, ranging from police reform and ending military interference in domestic security to improving basic living standards. Many of these demands remain unmet, fueling continued anger. Even as violence has eased, protests continue across several cities. Students in particular have become the backbone of the movement, staging rallies on university campuses and pressing for deeper reform. This shows the unrest has not ended. It is slowly evolving into a broader social movement. For Southeast Asia, the lesson is stark. Political stability cannot rest on laws or democratic forms alone. It must rest on people's perception of fairness. When fairness collapses, order collapses with it. And in the age of social media, anger spreads faster and strikes harder than ever before. The most important question now is no longer whether Parliament will roll back perks. That has already happened. The real question is, has Indonesia entered a cycle of instability where every miscalculation by the elite is met with mass fury? And if the answer is yes, then Southeast Asia must face an uncomfortable truth. The region's largest democracy is standing on foundations far more fragile than anyone wanted to believe.